Hello YouTube, welcome to This Friday in EDM. I am Bowtied Media, a music review channel that specializes in electronic EDM music. And today, this week is actually pretty slow. There's not a ton of tracks, so let's get right into it. First up in the Don't Bother, and actually our only Don't Bother track of the week, is Folden's Espelande. This song is very boring. The first 3.5 minutes of this track are pretty much devoid of any interesting or fun sounds. While it does pick up towards the end, the song is pretty much a boring, half-baked club mix kind of track. And to me, it's just uninteresting and there's nothing going for it. Next up, we're going to move into the neutral category and we have Snooze Zenith. And before I start, I want to say that it is pronounced snooze. I thought it was Snavs for the longest time, but I saw an AMA on Reddit where he talked about how his name is actually pronounced Snooze, where the V is a U. Something that blew my mind, maybe it's going to blow yours. But in terms of the track, this thing doesn't blow my mind at all. Snooze takes a really aggressive approach to this track that's dominated by those quick, kind of squealy, almost quirky, kind of annoying sounds. For a track that feels like a mix between hardstyle and festival trap, I don't think this is really for me. I don't really like the light sounds of the drop, and I think Snooze has just put out some better stuff in my opinion. Next up is Aaron Richards and Essenger's Numb. So two primarily vocalists and producers take on the challenge of covering Linkin Park's Numb with this track. I was really surprised they didn't use Essenger's vocals here. I think it fits a lot more with Linkin Park's style, and obviously Aaron Richards doesn't do a lot of kind of screamer, more in-your-face, energetic songs where he's more laid back. But Aaron Richards seems to take the reins here on this track and be pretty much the whole vocal performance of the song. And for that reason, I really don't think it's that great. It's an okay cover. It's nothing special. It's also nothing horrible. It's just neutral. Up next, we have Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike and Vini Vici's Get in Trouble, or So What. This track is another cover that came out this week, and this is a cover of Pink's So What. And while I wouldn't entirely say it's a true cover because it only uses the pre-chorus vocals and the guitar chords from the original song, a lot of the, thematics and what it's trying to get for at the nostalgia is of Pink's track. This is definitely a more darker, heavier bass-driven take on the original, and I think it's okay. Honestly, the original I think is a lot better, even though I prefer electronic EDM music a lot more. I think the original it's a classic. Up next is Lazlo's My Way, and this is his second track since he said he wanted to make people happy. He kind of made this long post about how he just wants to release music to make people happy, and that's what he's doing. So this is his second track since then. And while the song is really upbeat, energetic, and does make you feel a little happy, the song is not his best in any means, and the production quality feels like it was produced very, very quickly in a short amount of time, even though this could have been something he's been working on for a long time. We don't really know. It felt like it was a quickly produced song. But, even though it feels like that, I think Laszlo's style is phenomenal, and I think he's got such a good general, style to his production as a whole, and that's why it's the top of the neutral list this week. Up next, we're moving into the Good Listens category, and technically we have another Essenger track, but it is Protostar's remix of After Dark. After two solid drum and bass tracks released recently on Monstercat from Protostar in Galaxies and Overdrive, Protostar provides a mix that really highlights Essenger's vocals on this track and keeps the dark tonality of what the original was. It's a solid track, and I think you should definitely check it out. And our final track of the week is Au5 featuring Danyka Nadeau, Interstellar. While Au5's last couple releases on Monstercat have been good, I think the song is just a level above his previous tracks. I think there are a lot more diverse musical motifs and sound design in this one compared to what he's done in more Monstercat stuff, where ironically I think he's been a little bit more safer from the Monstercat stuff. It's a lot more melodic dubstep than this song is, but I think the song takes a lot more inspiration from all of his tracks and kind of allows him to spread his wings and be a little bit more creative with what he's done. I think this is the most unique song you'll hear on NCS, the song obviously being released on NCS, and I think it's just a phenomenal Au5 track. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a quick week, a week of not a lot of EDM stuff, I guess. If you have artists that you listen to that are in EDM electronic stream that had stuff come out this week or the last couple weeks, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm not looking at this stuff, just leave a comment below and I will make sure I get them in the next video. But I will see you guys later.